Welcome to episode 27. I've got deja vu. No one else does, I am sure. But welcome to episode 27. Christine, how are you feeling? How is that voice? Are you back with us? I heard you had COVID.
I did. I lost my voice last Tuesday, and then just thinking, hey, I can't do the show because for some reason lost my voice, not even sick, and then days later turned into COVID.
Ah, it sucks. That sucks. No one likes COVID. And it just made your voice go away, or did you actually feel bad?
It made my voice go away, and then yeah, a day or two later I started feeling pretty bad. But the symptoms weren't like the usual COVID that came with it from like before, like losing your sense of taste and this and that, but it was more just like a light flu, I think. And I guess it's going around in California. Don't know if it's going around there, but wasn't going to take a test. Took a test anyway because my friend kept pressing for me to do so, and it ended up being COVID.
Yeah, see, and what did you change when it was ended up being COVID? Nothing. You were $10 lighter. That's all.
Yeah, I lost $10. I want a refund.
Yeah, you should. You should. Because now you have official COVID and you're $10 poorer than you were before. You could have.
Oh, I have a question for you on
Uh-huh.
this real quick before, because you are in the medical field.
Yes.
So now they're saying Paxlovid or Paxlovid is like what you take if you have COVID. But before it was like ivermectin and the Z-Pak. What's the difference?
So, okay. Woo! We're going to get deep into that. Now, we're not going to get that deep into it. But, viruses like the flu or like COVID, they can mutate from year to year. That's why you have to get a flu shot every year because it's not the same. That's why like one flu shot is not going to vaccinate you forever, right? Same with COVID.
Right.
I think many people have decided never to get the COVID vaccine, which is fine. But point is, it has a chance to change from year to year as well. So with the flu, which obviously we've had for numerous years. 1 year it may be one type of antiviral that will work really well against it, and another year that same antiviral won't work very well against it at all. And I'm going to guess that COVID is much the same. Now, the ivermectin, a lot of people will debate the effectiveness of that. I'm not going to debate that here right now, but things like a Z-Pak, if it is truly a virus, which the COVID virus is indeed a virus. Z-Pak kills bacteria, so I would never say it would kill a virus because it's an antibacterial, not an antiviral. But yes, they do. Things change from year to year of what you need for these things. But you're probably just like drinking tea and water, right? Just symptomatic relief, right?
Right. I did the white because you had told me the tea called throat tea
Throat
or something like
coat.
that.
Throat
Yeah,
coat.
I
Yes.
did that and then that was helpful. And then just, you know, eating light.
Yeah, you're right. Well, you probably had to eat light just because you probably didn't feel just great. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
Christine
Lost two
is
pounds,
back.
nice.
Hey, there you go. There we go. It's the best type of Ozempic there is COVID-19, COVID 25. Well, welcome to episode 27. We took a little week off so Christine could get that voice back, but it is, well, okay, then she starts coughing. It is indeed, she is back and we are back. We're going to go over all of these topics here to the right of your screen here today. But first, before we do, I've got a couple of topics I wanted to bring up that I didn't put on our list of topics. Familiar with the fight tomorrow? We have the blonde broker going against another crypto person that is named, what's their name?
It's like Jenna Crypto, I
Jenna
believe.
Crypto. That's right. How could I forget? Yes. So who do you have? Do you have Jenna Crypto or you have the blonde broker in this battle royale fight to the death?
I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna go with Blonde Broker just because we know her and
Yes.
we've met her in real life. So gonna have to go with her. But it looks like a pretty good fight.
It just depends. Blonde Broker, she had fought Ashley Decan, I don't know, a year or two ago. And Blonde Broker she did a little butt kicking. She did pretty well. Ashley was the loser in that battle, although they were good friends for that moment. They had put their friendship aside and beat up on each other for a bit. And I guess Blonde Broker did so well. They're ready to have her do another fight. She's now a professional fighter. She's done two, which to me, now you can say you're officially a fighter. So,
Do they get paid pretty well for that, you think?
I mean, I'm assuming it's all expenses paid because this is in another country, right? It's like,
Yeah, they've been doing stuff in different countries. Was Singapore or
yeah,
something?
Singapore. So I have no doubt it's all expenses paid there, and I'm hoping. Okay, let me ask this, Christine. What would it take to pull you out of boxing retirement to get you to fight somebody? Okay, I hear that Blonde Broker's looking for a third opponent. What kind of money would it take for you to do that?
You know, it's crazy. Like, I don't think I would do that.
That's what I was about to say. Is there a
I don't
number? Oh,
know.
there is a number. I guarantee you. I guarantee you
You
there's a
know,
number.
there probably is. Because I don't know. I feel like I would like fighting, but then I just feel older now. I don't, I'll break
50,
a hip or something.
50K. Would you do it for 50K?
No, I want more.
100. Okay. Now
Maybe.
you're thinking. You're
That'll make
thinking.
me think.
Yeah, yeah, 100. 100K. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you are, Fight Night promoters. Go make Christine some money. I heard offline she was talking mad trash about how she could whoop up Blonde Broker any day of the week.
I'm literally tweeting for her, like to be like, hey, we're rooting for you.
Yeah. Don't believe her. She's talking so much trash and
Oh
said
my God.
Karate Fight Night Part 3, she's ready. But it's just going to take 6 figs from the from the promotions. And you know what? I don't know what she's paid, but it may not be 6 figs. But you know what? I will be your Don King. I
It
will be
better
your
be.
promoter.
That's insane.
She should get 6 figs for this.
Right?
I hope she
Like
does.
your face could literally get disfigured.
Okay, okay, let me throw this out. I know we got to move on because we started a little bit late. What if it was 6 figs for the winner but 50, 100,000 for the winner but 50,000 for the loser? Would you do it then?
How much?
It's 50,000 for losing. So 50,000 for sure and 100,000 for winning.
I don't know.
I don't know. So you do go to the gym. You do go to the gym and you could fight for this. Okay. Anyway, I will be your
Anyway,
promoter. I will be Don King, if you know who
Don
that
King.
is. Yes, yes. I will be
Yes.
your fight promoter, and I will get this thing. I will get this thing started for y'all. The other thing that was listed on here. Did you see Sora 2? OpenAI just had a new announcement about a new video generation that they have that also includes sound. And it looks really, really good. It was literally announced like 15 minutes before the start of our show. And it looks amazing. If you haven't seen it, so I'm not going to ask you your opinion on it if you haven't seen it yet, but it looks really, really amazing. It showed these ducks going in a race, like in a big arena, and you could hear the splashing and the crowd cheering for them. And it was really amazing. And this is going to be available to anybody that's a pro user, I believe, of OpenAI. So
Wow.
pretty
Yeah.
crazy
There's a
stuff.
lot of really crazy things with AI right now.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, let's get started on today's topics. Let's start with Google's free speech. Google has admitted, Christine, you can put on your tinfoil hat on this one, and actually you can spike the ball on this one, okay?
Okay.
Because you're gonna give me a booyah, I was right on this one. Google has
Okay.
admitted to political censorship on YouTube and now promises to uphold free speech following pressures from the Biden administration. So back in the COVID days, when your favorite disease, COVID-19, was rampant all around, they started kicking people off of the YouTube platform, deplatforming them because they spoke ill of COVID-19 or they spoke ill of the vaccine for it. And now they say, "Oh, we're sorry. That's just a joke. That was the Biden administration that forced us to do that. Sorry about that, bro." Are you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how surprised are you that they listened to the Biden administration and just did whatever they said?
I'm not surprised at all. And like whatever side you're on doesn't matter, but you do see like a huge contrast on media and social media platforms push back towards administrations. And I didn't see much during, Biden's era as president and his administration, you didn't see a lot of pushback from all the social media platforms towards him and the administration, as well as media. It was pretty quiet. And then you see the contrast with Trump, like all these platforms just push back on him, or all the news media outlets just push back. So it's crazy.
It
So
is
I'm not
crazy.
surprised at all.
I knew you would be about a 1 on a 1 to 10 surprised. Are you surprised that now they are admitting? This is what I'm surprised. They didn't have to admit this. Why are they admitting that they censored it? And they're saying, if you were censored during that time and deplatformed, let us know and we can reinstate you. They could have just kept quiet about this. Why are they now, admitting to doing this?
That's what I'm wondering is, I was going to ask you, why did they come out and say this? Is there like an incentive for them to do so? Are they trying to get ahead of something that the administration's going to announce or do? And they're going to be like, well, we said it, you know? And YouTube, a lot of these social media platforms did that, and they like suppressed a lot of the accounts, or like you're saying, like just deleted the existence of a lot of people's accounts, and
I
just because of the pushback.
I think the reason was because they were in front of a House Judiciary Committee, which they admitted these things. The Biden administration pressured Google to censor Americans and remove content that did not violate policies. The Biden administration's censorship pressure was unacceptable and wrong. The public debate should never come at the expense of relying on authorities. The company will never use third-party fact checkers. And then it gets into something about Europe censorship laws. But crazy. They did it, and
Yeah.
they are back. All right,
Do they get fined? They should get fined.
They should, but I do not believe that they did. Next, Hershey wins a Halloween candy lawsuit. Were you aware that Hershey's was under a lawsuit for their Halloween candy?
No, what was that about?
Well, they won a lawsuit claiming that it's Reese's Halloween candy were not as spooky as advertised.
What?
The judge ruled that the lack of spooky details on the candies didn't cause economic harm. So somebody, Christine, went trick-or-treating and they got these spooky candies. And when they opened them, they realized, well, these aren't that spooky at all. It turns out they're just Reese's peanut butter cups.
And then they sued.
And then they sued. Yes.
God, you guys need to stop suing for like the dumbest stuff, man.
Well, especially because they lost. The lawsuit focused on several Hershey's candies that are marketed around Halloween, including its Reese's Peanut Butter Pumpkins and Reese's White Ghost. The lawsuit filed in 2024 claimed that Hershey used deceptive advertising because the artistic designs depicted on the wrappers were absent from the candies. So here's the deal. I wish I had the picture for you here. On the wrapper, it shows a pumpkin, okay? Pumpkin with like eyes cut out and like a little jagged mouth like you expect on a pumpkin. But in the wrapper, it's just a Reese's peanut butter cup in the shape of a pumpkin, no eyes cut out and no jagged mouth. And they were
Get
pissed.
a grip. Get a
They
grip, guys.
they were pissed. Have you ever gotten disappointed by Halloween candy? Maybe by the taste.
Well, I have been disappointed with Halloween candy, not because of any aesthetics of it, but because of the pricing of Halloween candy. And I know you probably see this too, but like the big mixed candies,
Yes.
like you'll go in the store and you're like, really? That's $25 for a bag of crap candy? Like just small sample size BS.
Those are
and a whole
California
thing.
prices. We're not paying $25 for these
What are
things
you
here.
paying?
Oh, it's probably 15, 16, something like that. Maybe I'm
Is that
behind.
still is
Yeah,
that still outrageous?
it is still outrageous, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just say I'm more spooked on the freaking prices.
Okay,
Those are-
one more question before we move on. Candy corn, yes or no? Yay or nay?
I love candy corn.
I do too. Wow. Okay, I expected you to be
A lot of people
adamant.
hate it.
Yes,
Yeah, a lot
they
of
are
people hate
serious.
it.
They will pound the desk about that stuff is
I don't
nasty.
care. More for us.
Yes, absolutely. I could absolutely turn diabetic with those things. Those are very, very good. If anybody is listening, I would like to know whether you like candy corn or not. What about those candy corn pumpkins? You know what I'm talking about? They're made of
Pretty good.
candy corn. Yeah,
pretty
but
good.
they're in the shape of a pumpkin. Exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I do feel like it's too big
It is.
sometimes because they're so rich, right? But it's still so good.
Yes, definitely. Sam has said, if you're familiar with him, he says, I freaking love candy corn. So got a good one there. Yeah, he's a good guy there, with candy corn. All right, Chat
Someone said, "Why
GPT.
is the chat broken?" It's not broken, is
They're
it?
probably on the last link. Is my only. Oh, is the chat broke? Like the chat to talk? Let me see. I'll bet you they're in the wrong link. Make sure they're in the right link. I'll say, hey,
Okay.
candy corn for life. That's what I'm going to write in there. So I'm chatting. I hope you guys can chat. Make sure you're in the correct. Make sure you're in the correct window. Chat GPT. Are you? Have you ever used Chat GPT for a counselor? Have you ever said like Chat GPT? Things are going kind of crazy here, dear diary, and I need some advice. Have you ever done that?
So I did go into the chat, and mine doesn't even, the chat box doesn't come up for me. So that's what he's probably
Oh
asking.
no, I'm on
Anyways,
desktop and it
yes.
does. But yes. Have you
Oh,
ever
okay.
used? Have you ever used
Yeah, of
Chat?
course. It's my best friend. Don't know if that's like the best thing ever, but I'm not like a murderer or anything, so.
Yes. It probably isn't. It says Sam says you can only comment if you click the comment bubble, and then it stops the video stream. You have to go
Hmm,
in and out to comment. That's dumb.
that's dumb.
Fix this stuff, Elon. I'm sure it's my fault, but anyway, so ChatGPT has been, being this counselor, but there's suicidal teens that are going into ChatGPT, and so this gets into maybe invasion of privacy, but maybe this is the thing that needs to happen to keep people safe. OpenAI's ChatGPT may soon alert authorities when teens discuss suicide in the wake of
Yes.
an incident where a teen allegedly, whoa, was encouraged to commit suicide.
You didn't see that?
No, tell me about it. I don't know about
Okay,
that.
so this guy, what was his name? Anyways, he was saying he had attempted to suicide and he was asking it like, what's the best way? How do I tie this noose kind of thing? And then it was like helping him, but it also told him the first time, like, hey, I think you should talk to somebody about this, you know, like because with how you're feeling. And he's like, no, no one could talk me out of it. Anyways, he attempted the first time. It was a failed attempt. And then the second time, it helped him do it. It was not a failed attempt, and it did not try to talk him out of it. This was
Wow.
like, I believe, like a month or two ago. I think he was like 16 or
So
something like that.
you are a proponent of it automatically contacting the authorities.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then now, though, that's gonna regulate, ChatGPT and OpenAI and everything with like words being flagged and
Yeah.
whatever. But oh
Yeah.
well, I mean, if it's gonna save people.
I've said before, we always want, censorship free and we want everything with no regulations or anything like that. But we've all got a line. We've all got a line. And yeah, I may be with you on that line right there of, one life saved is an important life. All right. Next up, the world's smartest man, the world's holder of the highest IQ, which is 276. Okay.
Oh
Christine,
yeah, I
this
follow that guy
do
on
you really?
Twitter.
Young
Yeah.
Hoon Kim? He holds
Yes,
the
Young
world
Hoon.
record for the highest IQ, and he has revealed he is converting all of his assets into Bitcoin. And he said, let me see. He says, as the world's highest IQ record holder, this is his tweet, and Grandmaster of Memory. Ooh, what a title. I believe that Bitcoin is the only hope for the future economy. Therefore, I have converted all my assets into Bitcoin, but everything I possess belongs only to the Lord Jesus and will be used for his glory. But there is a, what is it called? Reader's note. What's it called on X here? Where it adds yeah,
Community
community
notes
note.
or whatever.
It says there's no verified evidence that Kim Jong Un has an IQ of 276. Certificates he has presented are not authentic and can be bought online. Ooh, I may need to get one of those. One of the studies citing him as the highest IQ record holder was authored by himself. So,
Okay, he needs to go and prove it now because I'm about to unfollow.
yeah. Oh, if he has never been more motivated now, once he hears that his IQ rests on you following him or not, this could be bad for him.
I
Yeah.
want to believe that he is like the highest IQ holder. He just has to,
All you
I
have to do is
guess.
say it, right? Well, I mean,
Right.
IQ. this isn't like a strength test, right? This isn't like bench press where for surely I'm smart. You take some tests. Maybe you had a good testing day. Maybe you had a bad testing day. I don't know. I don't know that IQ can be objectively measured like these tests say they can. And you can buy
Right.
it apparently.
It just reminds me, if he is a fraud, it reminds me of this girl we have down here, and she's been booked for fraud so many times, but not too long ago there was like a murder that happened and she volunteered to do the sign language on the side, and she literally was saying nothing.
She was just like just doing like
Yeah, she was like,
I'm
and
sorry.
the freaking sheriffs and everybody were up there talking about a super serious situation of someone getting murdered, and she was just up there
And she's just
doing nothing.
making the jack off motion and just all kinds of crazy stuff. Well, that's crazy.
I'm like, who the freak just said yes? She volunteered and she was like, like this is,
Just really
I'd
wanted
love
to
to do.
help.
Oh my God. And she's so confident too. I have to send you the video later, but she's like,
She confidently signed gibberish.
yeah. And all these people that know that, they're like, I mean, she got the four right. And
Before I
like,
feel like I could do
yeah,
that. I know
yeah.
very
And she
few.
did this. Yeah.
I know I love you, which is it's
This, right?
this well it's
Or,
no it's the fingers
or
yeah like this what's her name Erica
Erica.
Kirk. She did that the other day, and the sign language people were mad at her because she used that. So
She will be
she's mad
going on tour soon.
with her I love you. All right, next up, the SEC. If you're familiar with them, it's the Southeastern
Yeah,
Conference.
yes.
No, it's the Securities and Exchange Commission. They're exploring frameworks that would allow stocks to trade with features similar to cryptocurrencies, involving discussions with major exchanges. You and I have, because, okay, when you and I first met, you were much deeper into stocks, and I have always been much deeper into crypto. And we've always talked that stonks are eventually going to be on blockchain. And I feel like you and I have talked about this for years and years and years. But now the SEC is talking about it. At what date is this going to happen? And I'm going to make it a long date from now, 5 years from now, 2030. Are we going to have tokenized stocks by 2030 where literally you can buy them through SEC enabled,
I was
SEC.
gonna say where.
Well, I don't, Robinhood, something like that. That's somewhere that the SEC rubber stamps it and says we're okay with this, we're good with this. You can tokenize it like this because right now you can do it already on blockchain, on chain. But whenever I own a stock on chain, I don't actually own the stock. There's kind of a little bit of trust that I'm having to have with somebody. But I'm talking actually owning a share of Tesla stock on chain. When will that happen? Will it happen in the next 5 years?
I don't know. I would say yes, because we're in an aggressive time with crypto, and I think that they're going to move fast on all
Yeah,
that.
they do move very fast. Sorry, I got your link here from this lady.
You have to freaking watch it. Oh my
I'm
God.
watching it right now, and she is. I mean, you're right. She is confident in that. She very much is. I would never know differently. But can you imagine if you were deaf and you were listening to that lady, and or watching that
Or
lady?
watching.
Yeah, watching,
Yeah.
not listening, watching, and you're like,
Yeah.
what is she talking about?
So that makes me wonder, like, do we have other frauds like that? And then, we were talking about the IQ guy. Like, if he's just fake and he had all these articles written about him, all these followers came along, and then imagine it was just, it's not even true.
Everybody's faking everything. You know how? Do you ever have imposter syndrome, like where you feel like you're not good enough or smart enough to do something? I'll bet you do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've
do.
had that too. Here's what you need to realize: everybody's an imposter. Rarely is anybody an expert at anything. There's just those that talk confidently about it from the beginning, and then they do it long enough that they become an imposter. Was that hard when you were first tattooing? Was that really hard to like? Just say like, "Hey, come in here. I'm going to permanently put ink on you forever." And I'm sure now it's completely normal to you, but at first was that difficult? Whenever you had all these people around you that had done it for years and years.
So it's so weird because I think it happened the other way around. I came into it like not very nonchalant, didn't care to do it as a career. So when I did start tattooing people, I was like, whatever. Oh, you want a tattoo for me, whatever. And I just didn't care. And then as I took it more seriously, I got the imposter syndrome and I started getting nervous. Like,
That's
so
weird.
weird. It happened backwards. But yes, imposter
The
syndrome.
more
100.
serious you took it, the more weight you felt
Yeah.
on your shoulders.
No, weird.
That
I
is
guess I
weird.
just didn't care. Like in the beginning, I was like, whatever, this is your fault. You want a free tattoo from me, and I'm just learning. Whatever, it's ugly. And then after, yeah, I was like, oh man, I hope they like it. Oh,
Right.
I didn't do a good job. But why wasn't that happening in the beginning? What
That's
a
what would hit
a-hole.
me. That's what would hit me hard is the just the pressure. All right, stocks are sinking as the government shutdown looms. Okay, I can look down at our little ticker at the bottom. I see Bitcoin is down. I see Ethereum is down. Solana's down. Tesla is barely
Oh.
up. Is the government going to shut down? Let me start with asking you that. Are we going to be able to avoid a government shutdown?
I feel like we go through this every freaking year almost. And then people
Yes.
freak out and they're like, I can't believe you're gonna shut down what are we gonna do? And then it's fine
It's
all
fine
the time.
every time. And this has happened with the Biden administration, with the Trump administration, with, name your administration. I feel like we've had some of these government shutdowns. And it's worse, I think, now because in an age of social media, everybody's pointing to the other party and saying, like, well, if they would work with us, then we wouldn't have to do this government shutdown stuff. But our favorite, financial markets, stocks, crypto, they are hurting. So if the government does shut down, is this a net neutral or a net negative for the markets? Let me see what you think there.
Neutral.
Neutral. I say negative. I say it's bad. I say we have some red time.
Really?
Then it's
We've been in red time. So
we
more?
have more, a little bit of bleeding, and then it's Uptober. Okay, then it's time.
Oh, please.
Then it's time for
Please,
Uptober.
October.
Yes, then here it comes. All right, so that is the topics we've had on here. Great topic discussion, Christine. Here is a little something. OBS, which is the system that puts all of the streams together, that then puts this out on X. Something went off on my computer and I had to recreate all of this again. Not all the code that makes it happen, but I had to get it all set up again on a profile on OBS. And some of the stuff I was able to do right before the show. But one of them, Christine, that I wasn't able to do in time was your intro with Christine's Corner. Okay. So that's why I'm going to have to ask you to sing it. Just yeah. No,
Christine's
Christine's Corner,
corner.
where the buzz is hot. Crypto trends are the latest pop plot from gadgets. Oh, this is perfect for what you're talking. Gadgets that flow.
Oh yeah.
Stars in the sky. If it's on her mind,
You
it's gonna
know it's gonna fly.
fly. So come
So
on
good.
and take that ride. Okay, see?
See, I don't need to sing it. You're
I've
singing it.
got it. I've got it. All right. Well, Christine is going to tell us a little bit about wearables. I have purchased Meta glasses before, so I've had wearables. Apple Watch. Do you ever wear an Apple Watch, or have you ever worn an Apple Watch?
So, it's crazy. I am very proud to say I've never. Like, I just resisted that temptation. Sam just got on the Apple Watch thing recently. I got him one, I think Father's Day, the past Father's Day,
Okay. Okay. So, well, tell us a little bit about wearables.
or last year.
What's great about wearables, or what's not great about wearables? Because you just said, fortunately, you're not wearing an Apple Watch. So, I'm interested to hear why, fortunately.
Okay, so let's talk about AI wearables or smart tech wearables. The reason I'm proud to not wear an Apple Watch is because I was just not wowed by the tech. It it is cool, and I think like, oh, hey, I tattoo and do a bunch of stuff. It would help because especially like when you can talk through your Apple Watch, blah blah blah. I just didn't buy into it. Did you wear one,
I've
or
never,
are you
I've
wearing one?
never worn an Apple Watch. I never have.
Oh, so
I,
both of us are the resistors of the Apple Watch.
Correct. I'm not necessarily proud like you are of it, but I have never worn one.
I only want to wear it if it like wows me. And really, I didn't feel like it was that cool. I felt like it was like a walkie-talkie watch, and then it has like, it connects to your phone, whatever.
If I can, let me say something about watches. This is a confession that I have. I can be kind of a watch snob. Okay, I like cool watches. Okay, my main watch that I wear is an Omega Speedmaster. It's one that was it's the same model that they wore on the moon whenever they went to the moon, if you believe that we
Hmm.
went to the moon. Uh, and yeah, so whenever I saw the smartwatches, even though I'm big into tech, I kind of thought that's not a that's not a real watch like a real man would wear. A real man would wear.
Exactly,
So
right?
so
Yeah.
I never have worn. I'm not even wearing a watch right now, but I have never worn a Apple Watch. Maybe for that reason. That's probably stupid, and I would probably wear one, but I never have because I always thought that I wanted a real watch.
Yeah. I felt the same. Like I was like, oh, we're just gonna wear Casio digital watches again,
Right.
like just updated versions. Anyways, okay, I'm glad to know that you and I were on the same boat on that. Okay, and then fast forward, there's the rings. I think the Aura
Uh
rings
huh. Yeah.
that that's a, smart tech wearable and that tracks your health. It's more for health stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Um, so I guess that's really cool and a lot of people wear that. Do you happen to have that or have
No,
those
I
rings?
have worn around a Fitbit before whenever they were, I know now they're like a watch type of thing, but used to a Fitbit, you could just put on your like a belt loop and it would count your steps. And this was 10 years ago whenever it was cool to count steps and your phone wasn't doing it and everything else wasn't. So I have worn something like that Aura before, but I've never worn the Aura as a ring. I would though.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's cool and I think the price point is pretty good. What is it like 300,
Three or four
$400
hundred, three or
and
four. Yeah.
there's been a few gens on that already. I think they're on their third as well. Um and then I think Google came out with those weird glasses and a lot of people went and bought them and they were like the huge AI tech glasses, super hideous. Some people bought them, most did not. I think it just flopped.
Yes.
What else do we have? The Orion smart glasses. I've never heard of that one until I started like looking up comparables to the Meta that we're going to talk about that you have experience with, and as do I.
Yes, I want you
Um,
to talk about those Meta glasses because you know they have new ones coming out that are
it came out today, you guys. So if you have like a retailer for the Meta brand, which is with Ray-Ban, I think Sunglass Hut, Best Buy, a lot of those companies have them out today. They just launched. It's really cool if you guys haven't seen the commercial yet, but you wear like a wristband or like a little bracelet, a black bracelet, and then you have these glasses on. You could get transition ones, you could get them prescription, but I haven't been wowed by a lot of the wearable tech lately that is available to us besides like, the concept ones that a lot of them never even come out. But Meta we have experience with because I bought the first generation ones for Sam and they're
Mhm.
very cool. Point of view filming connects to or and the photos are awesome, connects to your Facebook, Instagram, phone calls, text, whatever. I was like, "Hey, this is cool. I'm gonna get it for him." So he liked it a lot. He still uses it now. You ended up getting the second
Correct,
generation
correct.
and what's your experience with it?
I really liked them. I would take them to like baseball games or something like that. Son's, little league games, and you can take real quick videos of it just by like touching your glasses. You didn't feel like very odd. I still had my hands available to me. Um, I don't know that I ever used the because it had like almost like a Hey Siri type of thing where I could ask
Yeah.
Meta something in my ear. I very rarely use that. I much more often use the camera function of it than the smart function of it.
And you never went live because that was one of the features, right? Like
I
going
never
live.
did go live. Yes, I'm aware where that part of the problem is. As you know, I just don't Instagram very much. I know Sam does, and it probably makes a lot more sense for him to be able to do that. But to go live,
Yeah.
you go live with Instagram to do it. You might be able to do it with Facebook too. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And the
Um,
quality of photos in on that camera is insane.
Pretty good. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Pretty good. Um, I was trying to see. Oh, just a second.
If we could put the commercial on.
Not the. Oh, yeah. Maybe it is the commercial. Let me see if this will.
While he's pulling this up, oh cool. So I haven't been wowed to where I would like to get, the wearables, but this one that came out today.
Do you see it?
I feel like, yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
And like, the cool thing about Ray-Ban partnering with Meta on this stuff is like it looks totally wearable and it looks normal. You don't look like a freak. The add-on to this is that black bracelet, and
Yeah.
that would bother me, I think, but because it's so normal looking, I'm like, yeah, whatever. The weird thing is like when you see the commercial on this, like people are doing hand motions almost like
Yes.
if you had a invisible phone in your hand. And they're doing hand motions. So right here, what you're showing, you could caption the conversation and you could read on the screen, on the lens of your glasses, like what they're saying. So you could close caption people's conversations, which is cool. It has a live translation that is, I guess, works very well. Um, you also could you could FaceTime with people on your glasses. You have the AI technology versus you just asking the Siri and having the audio. You could actually just look at something, and it's what it showed on this ad is like, hey, what flower is that? And it just tells you. So you have that
Do you see the hands that
access.
they're doing there where they're like
Yes,
touching
see,
their hands?
that's exactly.
It's
This is
very
so
interesting.
futuristic.
It
It's so
is. All
insane.
right. Now, you are much more of a fashion person than I am. Are are these cool? Are these can I get away with
I
wearing
think
these?
it's cool. And they don't look too different from the one that you have.
I don't know, man. They look really thick to me. They look really thick to me.
Really?
Well, look. Do you see what I'm showing there, where I'm showing the actual pictures? And then, yeah, look at that. Can you see that looks really thick to me there? Um, and then whenever I look at, I don't know. I'm worried that these are cherry picked angles for
Oh.
how they look. I don't know.
Well, that is why we must go to the store and try it on.
Okay. I mean, I'm look. I am interested. I'm very interested in these. You may even find these on my Christmas list. We will see.
To tell you the truth, I made a comment because I've been bringing it up to a lot of my clients. Like, have you guys seen the Meta display? That's what they're called. And a few of them are like, no, yes. I'm like, it's going to be the huge thing on everyone's Christmas list because this is that a jaw-dropping wearable AI tech that people will be like, whoa. My question is, does it start eliminating the phone? So if we're talking about how they're doing this, like with their hands, what they're doing is like scrolling
Yeah.
and then it's on their lens and they're texting people back. You could also just gesture like writing and then it writes for you, like in the notes or something.
Right.
The FaceTime looks insane. So now when you walk into rooms or restaurants, hotels, wherever you are, instead of seeing people hunched over, on their phone, you're gonna see everyone just dazed into their glasses and just making weird hand movements.
I want to say that that's a dystopian
It
future,
is, it is,
but it
it
is.
is.
It's like
Yeah.
reality. It's like
We're
reality.
in it now, like with the phones.
Yes.
And I'm very anti-dystopian, but then at the same time, we can't get left behind, and we're gonna get left behind if we don't know.
That's true. That's true. All right. Thank you for that, Christine's Corner. Trying to move through these kind of fast since we started
Hmm.
kind of late. Let's start looking. Okay. Now comes voice. We're going to skip birthdays and we're going to go right to voice lessons. How does my voice lessons intro go? It says voice lessons. You hear it loud and clear. Tech and crypto wizard. Anyway, forget it. It's not as cool as Christine's. Christine has a cooler intro, that's for sure. But I want to talk about data and analytics in crypto, or just data in general. So this isn't a shill for one particular project, but it is one particular project that made it come to mind for me, and I'll tell that project here at the end. Um, how you've got into sports betting before, right? Do you still
Yeah.
do that? And do you still do that on the regular or no?
No, I haven't recently at all.
I believe you had a daughter's boyfriend, something like that, that would give you like a hot tip of what
Yeah.
he thought. Okay. And is that as
Uh-huh.
deep as your research went into it? Or did you actually look at like stats or trends or anything like that of what you thought would happen on any type of sports bet?
Yeah, I didn't really go too deep.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Um, Well, always with that, or I also thought of the analogy of the weather, right? In the weather, they look at, well, normally on September the 30th, whenever it's this temperature and whenever, this is the barometric pressure, we expect rain in Los Angeles, California, right? They have all these different like data points that they do to predict the weather. Are they very good at predicting the weather out there, by the way? Is that
No, absolutely not. Ridiculous.
That's funny. I would say they're decent at it here. Not great. But here's where I ran into something is I ran into a project in crypto that tried to find these patterns, right? To say like, well, if on pump.fun they come out at this time of day and they have this many live stream viewers and they have this many people that buy within the first 30 minutes of it and they have all these data points, they actually used machine learning and AI to determine what's the trends, not necessarily looking into it coin by coin. Because you know how you and I might do research of like, well, who's behind it? Who's the leaders behind it? What's their background? What's, all the things you might ask for OTC stocks, that sort of thing. That's not what this is trying to find out. It does have some of that capability, but what this particular project will do is it will look at how many live stream viewers are there? What time of day is coming out? I'm trying to think some of the other pieces that might look. What's the on X? What's the momentum it gets for people mentioning it? It's looking at all these different things. Is there a big spike in visibility? Do they have socials? If they have socials, do they have real followers? It looks at all those, and all it will do is then pick in different new coins that are launched, and it will say no promises. But this has the conditions that normal runners normally have. Okay, so on Pump Fund, there's probably, 2,000, 3,000 different coins released each day?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe more. Who knows?
Maybe more.
This will sift it out to about 1 to 10 each day and throw out and say, hey, no guarantees, but this one has the characteristics that most runners have. And so this project that I've followed, and they've only been out for a couple of weeks. They've put out some that are, not great. And then out of every 10 of them, there are quite a few that end up going 5x, 10x. The highest one that I've seen so far is 81x that it went. So then it gets me thinking like, well, if one of these goes 81x and the rest of them went to 0, well, that's pretty good in the end. That's pretty good. And it just got me thinking about data and analytics in crypto and how much that's an underused thing. We have so much data available to us to make different decisions than what we're making in crypto. I think the stock market already does that. I mean, all the big trading houses, they're using all kinds of data and analytics. But in crypto, right, especially in meme coins with like pump fund type of things, not really doing that. So anyway, without further ado, I want to say what the group is. I do hold some of this, so this is just to be clear. It was called Coder because it's a coder that put it together, and he actually has several high-end GPUs that he uses for machine learning. The ticker was just CDR on it, and he's actually, he's got a token gated stream, or it will be token gated, to where it puts out these different tokens that have the conditions, again, no guarantees, have the conditions to actually pop off. And so that's something I've been following, and I actually have made some decent plays on those. And many of them I am in and out. I am buying and I'm out whenever it's like a 2 or 3x. And then other ones I literally hold because it never goes that high and it just goes to 0 and it goes to nothing. But I've won more than I've lost with it. And it just has really got me thinking about analytics lately, because analytics to me are kind of the answer to so much that we do. If you're familiar with baseball and a concept called Moneyball, same type of idea there. Anyway, I'm not trying to recruit you, Christine, but I am trying to recruit you to the idea of we need to use more data for all of our investing decisions. I feel like
I agree with you, and it's crazy that we didn't already do so. But yeah, I feel like the more data that is available and that you're using, you're going to make better choices in investing.
No doubt, no doubt. And I mean, think about this as far as an edge is concerned. At the roulette table, which you and I have actually, I don't know if we played roulette together, but we've done gambling together. I know that. If the house has a 51% edge like they win the house wins in the end, and they end up with a lot of money, right? I know one of our
Mhm.
books that we read was Thinking in Bets. Well, if you can use
Yeah.
analytics on Pump Fun or something like that to win over half of your bets, right? And some of them go multiple X's and the other ones go to zero, well, you're going to do pretty good. You're going to do pretty
Right.
good. And that's what I am attempting to do with this CDR. And I'll let y'all
Look at
know.
you.
Yeah, I'll let you know if it ends up working.
Yeah, let us know. I
Yeah,
only want to use things that work 100 million% of the time.
I like that. 100 mil. I don't know that I can quite
Look at
get you
this.
100 million% of the time. Okay. It doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't look too bad. There's some
Let me
data and
zoom in.
analytics there. It doesn't, yeah, it looks okay there. And he's touching his fingers. He's doing
Are
something
we
there.
all gonna just look so crazy?
Yes. And we're going to get carpal tunnel and we're just going to look really foolish
I'm just
doing
gonna
that.
say I will if this works 100 million% of the time and you become rich from this program that Coder made, I will be using it with my
Okay.
Meta display glasses.
Oh, okay. So you'll just be sitting there and I'll be talking to you during the stream and you'll be like, and I'll be like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm buying meme coins, bro. Shut up. Right. Yeah. You need to do that. I feel like you could rock those
Oh my
glasses.
God,
I
dude.
don't know if I could rock those glasses or not. Although the
Boys,
Meta
it's the
2,
same ones
yeah.
as a Meta
Oh, I
2.
don't know. The Meta 2s, they looked okay on me. Maybe a little thick for
I'm
my
looking.
taste, but they look okay on me. Maybe I'll wear them next time.
Yeah, you have to.
But I I don't know. I'm hesitant. Not to wear them on here, but I'm hesitant with the new ones. I'm worried they'll be too thick. So we
It does
shall
give
see.
very Minority Report vibes for sure when you're like,
Well, that's what Tom Cruise was doing, right? Is
yeah.
moving his hands all around and
And
doing
he
all
would
that.
just be like,
Correct. Except he could see into the future, or he had other people seeing into the future for crime.
precogs.
Oh, you know your stuff for Minority Report. Yes. I was gonna
Oh
say, see, I
man.
knew it was precogs, and I thought there's a lot of things in my head that I think I shouldn't say that because I'm gonna lose everybody. But I wouldn't have lost you. You would have been like, oh yeah, I know what a
Okay, so
precog
you're
is.
right. The Gen 2 frames versus the display a little bit thicker.
Yeah, and maybe quite a bit thicker. We'll see. We'll see. It's okay to be thicker. All right. All right, that is all of our show for today. We've done episode 27. I will fix some of these things that were broken. I'll get our intro songs back. And I still want to have a segment where we just look at new social media videos that I've curated for us, TikToks and things like that. I'll get back to work on that, but I'm trying to I'm deep in the trenches right now, doing other
Yeah,
things.
I'm deep in the trenches as well
Yeah,
of
so
life.
of life. Well, I'm in that too, but sometimes I've got the trenches of meme coins too, and those are always calling out to me as well. But all right, with that, all the other thing I don't have, Christine, is our outro music. Where it's
Oh.
like it's like big heavy metal. And I don't have that.
Oh,
So
wow.
thank you to everybody that joined in on here. I'm sorry something went wrong with you being able to comment in here. Please forgive us for that. We'll see if we can get that figured on the next one when we're back for
Please
episode.
forgive us.
Please, sir. Please forgive us. Episode 28, when we will be back. We are inching ever closer to episode 30. So we will see all of y'all then. Until then, peace. All right. Now we just awkwardly. You ever said bye to somebody in a parking lot and then you walk like next to them the whole way back to your car and then you're
Oh
like,
my God, I hate that.
yes, you're
And
like,
you're
well, I
like,
already
well, I
said
guess
bye.
we're walking together.
And yeah, and then you're going to say bye again and it's weird. Anyway, that's what we're doing now. All right. Peace. Later. Bye.
Peace. Bye.